Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler 2 with me, Herd37. So we're over here at 50KY Zanzibar Farms in Paris, Kentucky. I forgot about Paris being right over there near Lexington. Yeah, Paris, Kentucky. And we're going to be going over to 0H39. This is the one that pays $5,500. This is the one we've been trying to get to. As you can see, 2.5 hours until it's over. So we'll check this out. Alright, Zanzibar Farms. Oh, the weather is still, it's kind of coming in from the south-southwest. So again, we'll be on runway, taking off on runway 25, heading 252. And we're going to Pine Lake. Now over here, the wind is a little bit different. It's coming from the west, kind of northwest, even from the north over here. So I think it'd be best to come in, since it's coming from the west. We're going to land into the west. Runway 27, heading 272. Over at Pine Lake. This is a little bit bigger, not much though, just a couple hundred feet than what we've been seeing. So 2,400 feet. Little grass runways. We're all over these grass runways. Alright, I'm going to be taking some seafood. So let's go ahead and accept the job. It's kind of a nice, good thing to do. Finally here. Been trying to get to it. Change the configuration over to cargo. We've been flying people lately. Gotta get used to these tabs on top. Tabs on top of tabs. Alright, so go over to accepted jobs. We'll go ahead and fly this thing. Now it's 583 pounds. Pretty heavy for our plane, actually. Now, distance is 142. Need to remember that. So we've got estimated range for 91. And I don't want it just 142. I obviously want a little bit extra. 200 will give us 60 extra miles. However, you have to think about how heavy we are as well. Obviously, don't need that much. But I do want a little extra. 140, that would give us 90 extra miles. Because we're going to go pretty fast, too. We're going to have the throttle at 100%. That would be 100 extra miles, basically. I think we will be good with that. Gives us a little bit of reserves and everything. Plus, we're going to be heavy, so I don't know that our range will be, I think that range is like 50% and all that. So, gotta worry about that. Alright, VFR, although it's going to switch us right back over. Well, it might not, because we're cargo this time. We'll see. 142 nautical miles. Alright, let's go over to the plane. Alright, everybody, here we are. Welcome to Air. I had to do the pause thing. The pause thing seems to work. Let's get to tracks. Sometimes it doesn't seem to want to. Alright. We got to get this thing in the air. So we're going to go ahead and put that full in. A little bit of power. Turn on the battery. Beacon, nav, hit our fuel pump. Start her up. Click off that fuel pump. Pitot heat can come on. Let's go ahead and hit up ATC. See, it's not doing VFR. I don't understand why it's not letting us do VFR. I don't quite understand it.
Lexington approach, Cessna, Golf, Bravo,
that seems to be broken now. It worked at first, but they've screwed it up in the other updates.
Cessna, Golf, Bravo, Alpha,
Unless that's what they were going for.
Hotel 39er, airport as filed. Climb and maintain 5,000.
But they couldn't be going for it because they give you the option to go VFR. Set the altimeter.
Clearance void 30 minutes from now.
It's kind of annoying, to be quite honest. 252.
Mike, clear to Oscar, Hotel 39er, airport as filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Departure is 120.15.
We'll set to GPS. We'll resize the GPS as well.
From now. Cessna Alpha Foxtrot Mike, readback is correct.
Alright, we'll turn over to our traffic over here. Make that a little bit bigger. Select a runway for takeoff. Like I said, 25. So we'll announce our taxi to it. Let's come down here and turn on our taxi light. We need to trim it as well. Going for takeoff. There we go. Parking brake is released. Go ahead and taxi on over. I'm going to set 2 notches of flaps. Somebody needs to cut that tree down. She's a dead one. Oh, how far did we pull? I didn't think we pulled that far away from the runway. Apparently we did. Ground must be wet. It feels like it's taking a ton of power to get this thing moving. Sure, the ground is wet. They got rain too. Should be dried out by almost. Well, not dried out by now. Not that FSX takes that into consideration anyway. Wet grass. Be cool if you could actually model that in. Alright, I guess we should holler and say that we're going to depart to the east. So we're basically on the runway. Well, we're kind of on the runway. So I have to take my eyes off things that kind of screws me up.
Cessna Golf Bravo Alpha Foxtrot Mike taking off
Landing
runway
strode
25 east departure.
through the water. It's just a gigantic puddle or something. Alright, so we've hollered that we're taking off. So the runway is ours. I don't think we've heard a single general aviation plane the whole time that we've been flying Air Hauler 2. There hasn't been anyone at any airport. Alright, we're trimmed, we've got our flaps out. All of our lights are on. We've already announced that we're taking off. Here we go. Come on, speed. Bounce it around. Let's don't want to rotate yet. Now we'll go. Took a little bit to get her going. We feel that we are a little bit heavier. Now retract 1 notch of flaps, help with our speed. We need to get up, make sure we're above these trees. Just barely. That's what I was most worried about. There we go. I was waiting for that, being able to turn over to the approach. Alright, retracting the flaps. Come on.
Lexington approach. Cessna Golf Bravo Alpha Foxtrot Mike is climbing through 1,200 for 5,000. Cessna Golf Bravo Alpha Foxtrot Mike, Lexington approach.
Oh, there's a tower.
Altimeter 3010. Cessna Alpha Foxtrot Mike, turn right heading 030.
Zoom in the tower.
Climb and maintain 5,000.
Acknowledge that.
Turn right heading 030.
Buzz in the tower.
Climb and maintain 5,000. Cessna Alpha Foxtrot Mike. Lexington
Cancel
approach.
the
Cessna
IFR.
Alpha Foxtrot Mike would like to cancel IFR. Cessna Alpha Foxtrot Mike, understand cancel IFR, please confirm.
Confirm.
Affirmative, cancel IFR. Cessna Alpha Foxtrot Mike. Cessna Alpha Foxtrot Mike, IFR flight plan is canceled, radar service terminated. Squawk 1200, maintain VFR. Frequency change approved.
Alright. And hey, I'm letting off the yoke, and guess what? She's actually banking a little to the right, not the left. So that would be more towards the wind, I guess. But hey, it's nice that it's finally not making me around to the left. That's promising. Autopilot, nav, altitude. Yeah, that's promising that she wasn't thinking like that, like she normally has been. Now, I'm actually going to slow down our climb to only 500 feet, because you can already tell our airspeed's already come down. We're just now at 2,000 feet. Normally we climb around 80 knots, but she's already slowing down, so I'm going to do a little bit of a calmer approach, or climb. About a little less than half on fuel. We should be good. That's what, 250 miles and a half. Well, yeah, so maybe 240, like it said. We only have 140 to go, so we should be just fine on the fuel. 033 is the desired track. There we go. Weather's still crappy. It's not as bad as when we came in, though. It was just a little bit ago. Into the clouds. Paris, Kentucky. I guess I've been through there because I've been to Lexington quite a bit. I do believe I've seen the road signs down there on I-64. That's probably I-64 right there. Down on the way to Lexington. Like I say, it's an awesome area in Lexington, man. All kinds of like horse farms. If you go outside of Lexington, like when you're coming on the interstate, you'll start seeing them. All these huge white picket fences, man, with these just luscious green, and there's horses. Oh, it's crazy. Really beautiful. There's a lot of money in that area with all those horses and the horse farms. It's crazy. It's a really nice, really nice area. We got family just outside there. Can't remember where we're going. We're at just less Zanzibar. What was it? Pine County? Something like that airport. 0H39, I believe it was. Yeah, 0H39. It's only about 138 miles now. Our airspeed is pretty good. I like this little 500 foot a minute climb. So let's actually start leaning out just a little bit. At 3,300 feet. Weather's not too bad, just really cloudy. And with that, I'll just go ahead and speed it up, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Alright, everybody, slowing it down. We're 19 miles out. I don't know where we are. I think this is Columbus. Can't remember exactly where. I think it was just north of Columbus, I think, because you can see it is a big area. Got like 2 interstates. Alright, let's get over here on ATC, find our airport. OH39, yeah, this is Columbus. We've been here, Rickenbacker, we landed there before. And Air Hauler, I think. Maybe it was FS Passengers. Alright, OH93, that's not us. Man, there's a bunch. OH39, oh no, not that one. Pine Lake. Looks like a runway for landing. We're coming in on 27. Full stop landing, and that's our position.
Hotel 39er traffic. Cessna,
you can see 27 will be kind of corner to our left a little bit.
Southwest 5,500.
Let's go a few degrees to the right, switch over to heading. We want to come down to about, say 2,800. Low fuel came on a little bit ago, so it's probably good that we added that fuel. I mean, we set it up with 100 extra miles, and at about 40, which we've gone about 100, is when that light, the low fuel light came on. But like I say, you know, being at 100% throttle, we did burn more, obviously. Just 15 miles out. I don't know if that is the main. Where is it? I think it's right here. That's the main Columbus airport. I think Rickenbacker is the main one, but I can't remember for sure. To Columbus many a times. I'm a Michigan fan though, so I try to stay away. That is so Columbus too, how it looks like it's dense in this farms, because we come up from the south and there's like nothing around, and all of a sudden you are like right there in the city. It's kind of crazy. I guess the metropolitan area is kind of surprising. Of Columbus is actually bigger, is the biggest I think in the entire state, or maybe it was second to Cleveland. I think it might be actually the biggest, because I was surprised it was bigger than Cincinnati and everything. But Columbus is actually quite big. Right, we're 12 miles out. We got to go out and around a little bit, so let me go ahead and hit. I'll just go to 2x. We'll be there in time. I think Air Hauler 2 might actually use the plane time, simulator time, instead of the computer time. I think Air Hauler, the original one, used real time. So if you did 4x, I don't think it actually noticed it. We'll see on the flight recap whether it does or not. Because I thought I noticed that last time where I looked at the thing. It said only a half hour. No, check it out. We're going to be here at 3,000, so I'm going to go ahead and full rich on the mixture. Just going to watch that speed. But we're about to level out here. I don't know. Yellow isn't overspeed though. It's a red. Alright, speed's coming down now. Anyhow. Alright, so we're 7 miles out. I should notice it here pretty soon. I want to go out to the right a little bit. But I don't think we'll have to go too far out and around. Although the more that we go to the right, it will be. Six miles, 5 miles. Looks like there's a good number of airstrips around here as well, just like back in Paris, Kentucky. normal. There might be one right here. I can't tell. The way it looks like there's probably one there, but that's going to be before us. There's one off to the right, and then kind of like in a triangle, these three on the far side. You see how close we are to that one. So this one's a little more to the right too. Although that could be us, but I don't think it is, because there's, unless those are on the other side of that water. This is right in between the two things of water. I can't tell if those other ones are right on the edge or what. That could be us. There's one that's coming up right on our left. But that's got to be that one. Ah, Jesus. Here's another one over here. But here's one. I can't tell if there's one there or not. Because it's got OH-14. That could be that one for all I know. This one's right to our left right now. So I think that's it. I think we're over here. But I can't tell for sure. That sucks. Maybe we need to come in a little more to the right and come in here. Directly to our left right now. So that would be that one, I do believe. But it could be that one. Two little airstrips so close to each other. I mean, they are so close to each other. How do we know? This is a problem. This is a problem. Bank to the right. So we need to a little better come in a little straighter. And we need a little time to, when we come in here, to figure out which landing strip is ours. This is ridiculous. It's going to be out of my... Yeah. Alright, 3 miles out. I'm going to go ahead and say that we're on a base like because we're going to turn.
Traffic, Cessna, Golf, Bravo, Alpha,
Cut back on the thrust as well.
Runway 27.
I should have said that we were up flying upwind as well. .272 is the heading. We'll have to see at the turn though. We went too far right or left or anything. Alright, now can we see it on this one? Alright, so it is the one to the right. It's the one, that one. Autopilot is off. Yeah, we're the one to the right. Trim for me, girl. She's banking to the right. That's fine. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put 1 notch of flaps out. Go ahead and get rid of the GPS. Man, she does not want to trim down. How many times you gotta hit the daggone trim button? Now she wants to go too far down. My God, I must have hit that thing 30 times, it seemed like. We're on final.
Oscar Hotel 39er traffic, Cessna, Golf, Bravo, Alpha, Foxtrot, Mike is on final, runway 27 to land.
Second notch of flaps. Start slowing her down as well. There's that drag. Come down too quick. Come down a little too quick there for my liking. We end up not being able to see the daggone runway when that happens. Alright, we're at full flaps. Right at the edge of that water, huh?
500.
But it's set back from the trees as well. Which is kind of nice. Just want to make sure. Yep. The runway looks a little bit smaller. It's supposed to be slightly bigger than the ones we've been flying into, I thought. A couple hundred feet, but it actually seems kind of small. Seems really narrow.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Says it was okay. It did feel a little bit harder than the last couple. Man, this is a really narrow strip. I think we actually landed on it, but slowing down and getting over to the right. Man, that's really narrow. It's just barely wider than our wheels, it feels like. You know, I forgot to record it. I can do instant replay. Alright, taxi right on over here. Get ourselves clear of it. Clear of the runway.
Hotel 39er traffic. Cessna Golf Bravo Alpha Foxtrot. Mike is clear of the runway.
Alright, strobe landing and taxi lights are all off. Heat as well. Cutting the fuel. Turn off the nav and the beacon. Battery alternator. She's off. Cool, let's go ahead and move over to air hauler and get paid. Alright, here we are. It's our biggest payday, by the way, 5538. Unloader. And we actually have 121 miles left, so I set up with just over 100, and she actually didn't use as much fuel. That seems the same with Air Hauler 1. Original. Finish it, the flight tracking. Alright, so an hour and 20, so it does use the flight time. Even if you do 4X, it still counts that, because I think Air Hauler 1 it didn't. I can't remember for sure, but I think it, because remember our flight performance thing was always screwed up, but I always thought it didn't, it used like real time, so if you did 4X it didn't really count it, but hour 20 it actually did. It actually had more time than I thought. But yeah, it took off at 12:02, landed at 1:22. Takeoff fuel, it actually works. Maybe I think sometimes if your fuel is too low, I guess it can't count, because it was 151 and then touchdown 75.9. Max altitude 5550, max pitch negative 15.4, max roll 25, max speed was 129 knots. Max G's was 1.5. No stalls, no overspeeds. Landing was okay. True for the gear down. Landed on grass, obviously. No damage to the surface or to the plane. Came down at 269. So it recognized that when it got. Maybe if you come down too slow, it can't recognize it for some reason. I don't know. Came down at 269 feet a minute. Landing speed was 57.5. Landing pitch was negative 4.0. Landing roll negative 1.09. Landing heading 270. Wind speed was 3. Landing wind direction 246. We did do the right one for 27. What in the world? There's all kinds of jobs here at Huntington. Well, wait a second. Now? Okay, so this says my cargo jobs. There we go. So I was going to say there's tons of them there. But now we're in the midst of a ton of jobs in this area. I kind of like that. That only pays 18. got to be some better paying ones. It only pays $2,700, but then you could go over to the small one. But you have to come over here. That's all right. How about this one? That pays $4,300. Gets us back over towards Louisville, away from all the good, really good paying jobs. Oh, there's a good one. Got 2 days to do it. Narcotics, 100 pounds of narcotics, 500. You can come right over here to, was that 20I1 to 14OH. Do a passenger flight over there. That's actually probably a good idea because these other ones aren't paying that much. That's $5,000. That has 2 days as well. You could come over here and do that. Fly over here, yeah, and then and then you just have this short flight over here as well. And you could pick up an extra $2,300 doing it. So that's probably a pretty good idea. I don't know what exactly I'm going to do yet. But anyway, we're doing good. Let's look at our company again. Up to 22.7. Our cargo is up to 25, so that's pretty good. That mission rep is going to bring us down. I don't even know what you do with missions. Are there missions? Is there a place that says missions? Aircraft man. I don't see anything about missions. I kind of want to get into that stuff eventually. Yeah, oh, humanitarian missions. Well, there's not even anything currently available. Okay, let's look at our company again. And our financials. Because that was our biggest paying job. So we're up to 114.1, so we've actually, we started out with 100,000, so we're actually in the money now. We've actually met our monthly overhead that we'll be paying, and actually make a little bit as well. Nice. So we're in the money for the month, and we haven't even, Air Hauler has been out a week, not even a week. We've already done that. I think it's been out 5 days now. So we still got like 20 some days before our that'll even be due. That's nice. Alright everybody, well that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope y'all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.